Every year, thousands of Brits head to Europe for a dream new life.
I feel relaxed already.
And breathe.
But sunshine and scenery and a great lifestyle need to be paid for.
We have to get going, because that's what we're here for, to run a B&B.
So to fund their fairy tale,
Champagne tastes and lemonade money.
brave Brits are taking the plunge and going into business.
What could go wrong?
On this series, we follow those expats, setting up anything from bars and boat charters in Spain
Suddenly, all hell breaks loose.
to vineyards and B&Bs in France.
We're in trouble.
But will they flourish? Or will they fail?
We have no money.
Oh, la la.
And can they really make a life in the sun pay?
If we don't give it a go now, there's always going to be that what if.
No pain, no gain.
On today's show,
Almost to the end. Or the beginning, should I say.
as Spain's newest fish restaurant attempts to open its doors, will its expat chef overcome some last-minute hurdles?
It looks the same, smells the same, but it's set the rice a really strange colour.
Two Londoners arrive in France,
Whoa, here comes the lorry.
but can they get their B&B open before the start of the season?
I'm very conscious that time's ticking by, and I have no income at the moment.
And can a British pub in the Costa del Sol
Happy Easter.
pull in the punters with its Easter Sunday service?
Watch this space. This is going to be the best bar in Fuengirola.
Andalusia, southern Spain. Home to some of the country's most spectacular scenery, it also produces world-class food. The region is the world's largest producer of olive oil. It is the birthplace of tapas and the world's most expensive spice, saffron. The crystal blue seas are home to over 700 species of fish, and now thousands of people come here to enjoy the unique gastronomic delights on offer. Chef Steve Hyatt and his wife Alison moved here from Dundee to open their own fine dining fish restaurant.
I've always wanted to move to Spain, you see. I've always loved Spain. See, you've got Malaga just up the road. Malaga's a lovely, lovely city. It's where Picasso comes from as well. You're not that far, really, to get to Portugal. Alison likes the skiing. We've been skiing in Sierra Nevada a few years ago.
26 years ago.
Was it? That was a few years ago, wasn't it? And you don't look a day older, darling. Yeah.
Sadly, you do.
Oh, OK.
The Hyatts are hoping their new restaurant will pay for a dream life. But already they've had to delay the opening by a month because of unexpected problems with everything from kitchens to bathrooms.
But we can't wait to get going. You know, we need to get going because we're going to run out of money otherwise. So we've really got to get going.
Now they're finally on the verge of opening.
Almost to the end. Or the beginning, should I say.
But first, Steve needs to sort the menu, so today he has an appointment with the fish rep.
She's supposed to have been here at 2 o'clock, but I don't know if it's 2 o'clock Spanish time or our time. I'm not quite sure yet. Oh, that's her, is it? Yes. Yeah. Gorgeous. I don't really want any fish. I've just got her to come in.
But after facing delays and problems with the renovation, there's another hurdle to overcome. Hablas español, Steve?
When you move somewhere, you think it's awkward, but because you forget what it was like in the UK, of all the problems you had there as well.
But you don't have a language problem in the UK.
I did in Dundee.
That's because you kept using the F word.
As you can see, even look at cod, how many different types of cod there are. They sell, I mean, it's a great range. And calamari, I just want to order calamari, and it starts here, it goes all the way down to, where are we? There. So you've got 20 calamari there, and then you find them on another page. So I don't know which calamari I want.
Today, Steve has enlisted the help of their new Spanish waiter, Oscar.
So just take a seat here, Laura.
So his fish wish list isn't lost in translation.
So he's going to translate.
He's happy, he's got a lovely lady.
Ah, no, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Okay. Lobsters.
Lobsters.
You have fresh lobsters?
Bogavante.
Still thinks he's got it.
Alive?
Yeah. See.
Bailando.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah. Do you actually do tuna steaks?
Que si hace filetes de tuna. 12? 12?
Or 10? No, not kilo, not kilo. No.
filetes.
Individual.
Filetes.
Or is it? Yeah,
Filetes.
fillets. Oysters. The box 25, yeah. What about fish bones?
Vale.
For stock.
Las espinas de algún pescado, ¿no?
Sí.
Pues,
Vale, para hacer el caldo, ¿no?
yeah.
Vale. Perfecto.
Yeah, is everything okay?
See, easy.
Easy, come on. You don't need me, you know?
No, sí, no me falta.
So that's another job ticked off Steve's to-do list. The first fish order of what he hopes will be many.
It'd be nice to order quite a lot every day. I'll be very happy then. very happy.
There's now only 2 days before opening,
Thank you, Laura.
but the to-do list is growing longer every day. Will the Hyats really be able to hit their deadline and finally start earning some money? In the southwest corner of France, midway between Toulouse and Bordeaux, is a little corner of paradise. Lot-et-Garonne is home to dozens of unspoilt villages and fortified towns. The mild climate and rolling landscapes make it a popular place for expats chasing a dream. And the cost of houses are staggeringly low, less than half of that in the UK. 2 days ago, project manager Catherine Morgan and her partner Kim Butler paid just €250,000 or £180,000 for this. Set in its own grounds, with a separate barn.
This particular bit of France is beautiful. It's very rural, it's very green, the houses are lovely. There's lots of space here. It's so not like London.
Catherine and Kim traded a modest 2-bedroom flat for this property. They plan to run a 2-bed B&B in the farmhouse and turn the barn into a self-catering gîte.
Just look around, why would you not want to live here? I've managed to sell a 2-bedroom flat in West London and buy a 4 at the moment to be 6-bedroom farmhouse with 4.5 acres of land for the same price. And it seems like a good deal.
Sounds perfect. All they need now is some furniture.
Whoa, here comes the lorry.
And now project manager Catherine can put her organisational skills to good use.
Where would you like your cactus? Before you make any rude comments.
Round mirror, the gold one.
In the salon.
Boxes everywhere, and such a lot to unpack. It doesn't have to happen in one day, does it?
No.
So I think it's going to take us weeks to finally get everything straight. Yeah.
But time isn't on their side. Kim goes back to London in 2 weeks, and Catherine needs to get the B&B open so their new life can start paying for itself.
Over the next 2 or 3 weeks, the big priority is to get those 2 bedrooms, the bed and breakfast bedrooms done, because if people are coming to buy houses in this area, you know, people who've got a dream like us, then we'd be a really good stopgap for them to stay somewhere. And we can tell them what we've done. Yes. Although I don't want them setting up B&B. Not closer to here. Nearby. No.
Catherine and Kim are also converting the barn into a self-catering gîte. Today, builders Kerry and Ian are back to start the hard work.
Work on the gîte started yesterday. It's quite exciting, isn't it? Work on the gîte started the day before yesterday because there was an awful lot of stuff in there that we didn't think was going to stay behind. And that was him, on cue. Thank you, Kerry.
Still a lot to do. Complete renovation, involves electrics, plumbing, you name it, we've got to do it. We want to get the floor down upstairs so we can start putting walls and the ceiling up. That's the next big stage, really, and moving forward.
Catherine and Kim have found out the work will cost at least €15,000 more than they've budgeted for and could take all summer. So it's vital they start work on the B&B in the main house.
Right, I'm going to go upstairs and start cleaning in the
other
four-poster room so that we're ready to put the bed up. Okay. We're prioritising on getting the B&B ready. You've had a workout in the bathroom, haven't you?
Certainly did.
Cleaned every single surface. If it didn't move, you cleaned it.
That's right.
This isn't my thorough cleaning. It's just to get the worst of it up so you don't walk it all around all the time.
But there's no time for slacking. It's already June and this business needs to open as soon as possible.
The second guest room needs to be done because I'm very conscious that time's ticking by and I have no income at the moment. Yeah. Well, if you'll do that, I just might have to sunbathe. Hard job. Yeah.
But with so much still to do, can Catherine and Kim open the B&B and take some bookings to cash in on the summer season? The Costa del Sol, an area of Spain where the sun rarely stops shining. Summer temperatures can hit the 40s, and even in winter they rarely fall below 15 degrees centigrade. Compared to the UK's below freezing winters, it's easy to see the attraction of moving here to set up home. And for Steve and Jill Lewis, that weather is proving totally life-changing.
When the sun's out, everybody's happy.
I just think, it makes you feel better.
It's a big difference.
You've got the same problems. You've got exactly the same problems. How are you going to pay your bills? Whatever, you've got exactly the same problems. But it's just nice when you get up in the morning and you're not thinking,
shining.
Do I need my coat? Do I need an umbrella? Do I need a jumper? Do I need a change of clothes just in case it gets warm?
Publican Steve and Jill moved here from Barrow upon Humber, hoping the sunshine of the Costa would put the spark back into their marriage.
Well, no, we came for a better way of life, really. We definitely certainly want escaping the hard work because it's been hard work, hasn't it? We knew that was going to be. But a better quality of life, you know, the sunshine, happy people.
Life's very, very short and anything can happen at any time. So if you want to do something and you can do it, do it.
Steve and Jill have just opened their traditional British pub on the beautiful Fuengirola Marina, serving home-cooked English food. They've had a good start, but now it's Easter Sunday, and they're determined to keep the tills ringing.
If somebody saw this, they would think there was in England. That's the ideal thing. That's what we've created. You know, you've got your typical English beers on. You've got your typical English Sunday roast on. You've got your fish and chips for Good Friday that we've just had. All they want now is, you know, a few kiddies to come in so we can treat the kiddies with an Easter egg. Oh, we'll go back there. We've had an Easter egg for nothing. You know, look after the kids. You know, they'll guarantee they'll come back.
They're hoping their carvery will be a hit again, and it's not long before the customers are queuing for a taste of home.
Looks lovely, doesn't it? Looks really
Have we got
nice.
any crackling today, have we?
Yeah, I think we'll find you a bit of crackling on here.
A bit of crackling, that'd be
I
lovely.
think your teeth in, won't
Yeah,
it?
that'd be great.
It's going very good. Everybody tends to enjoy the roast. Just had some more customers who's just arrived from England who come 8 times a year, and they said they've all been looking for a carvery for years. Now they've found one. Nice meaty gravy.
Lovely. Oh, look.
A good day to us at the moment will be to try and beat Mother's Day, which we had 30 booked for Mother's Day, and then we did something like 15 walk-ins, so say 45. 2 weeks ago, it rained all day Sunday and we thought we'd be dead. 1 portion of beef left out of 3 roasts. So it doesn't matter about the weather, still people like their Sunday roast.
Look at that.
Absolutely.
That's lovely.
The bee's knees.
Another satisfied customer?
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy. The people that have just been up have been here before, and they're spreading the word. It's all word of mouth, and it's just getting better.
So the lunchtime carvery is a hit, and it keeps on getting better, as they are inundated by thirsty punters for the rest of the afternoon and evening.
You know, as you can see, we've been absolutely rammed. We've got a right sweat on. What's to do? I've had that pint for 2.5 hours. It's as warm as toast.
It's going so well, they need emergency sangria.
Please.
going, we'll get a glass of sangria that's been made in 2 seconds. It doesn't have the true taste or flavour we like to do, to let it ferment over a few days. So this will be left fermented. Might have been on one of them cookery programmes, isn't it?
But with a thirsty crowd to satisfy, there's no time for patience with this batch.
That'll be ready to go. We'll get away with selling that if they need it.
It's been a day to rejoice. They've taken a staggering €970.
The place is full, the place is rocking, everybody's enjoying themselves. This is the start of things to come. Watch this space. This is going to be the best bar in Fuengirola. I'm needed back on the bar 2 secs. Happy Easter.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Easter, darling.
Steve and Jill's first Easter Sunday has been a huge success.
Happy Easter. Enjoy.
But they need to be this busy every day, not just on special occasions. So now they're counting down to their first big cabaret act, which they're relying on to keep pulling in customers throughout the summer.
Happy Easter, darling.
You know, there's 15, 20 bars on this front. We're all fighting for the same customers.
Nobody else on the marina is doing music, so hopefully that's what we want to attract.
In a quiet hamlet on the outskirts of Guérin in southwest France, Londoners Catherine and Kim are getting used to a very different outlook on life.
I'm getting away from city life, from the stress of a 9 to 5, from travelling on the tube, from a polluted, stressful city environment that actually made me feel quite ill.
This new home couldn't be more different to London. Catherine and Kim have swapped a small back garden for a lush meadow with fig trees and orchards.
Ultimately, this will be the place that people come and relax in. I mean, this is one of the big sellers for this as a holiday location. And it needs to look nice, doesn't it?
I mean, just have this as a nice environment that looks well kept, because it's the first impression that they'll see when they turn up.
Kim is convinced this chore is for her, but it's a bit different to home.
So this one puts the cutters down.
From the moment we saw this grass cutter, he said, I want to do that.
Yep. Yeah. I've always wanted to ride a lawnmower.
It was love at first sight. And you sit at a desk, and
I
now
sit
you
at a
can
desk,
sit
and
on
now
the
I can sit on a lawnmower.
Time for these city girls to have their first lesson in country living.
Reverse, neutral, and then
Yeah, I think
graded.
it gets faster and faster as you move it forward. So everything has to be in neutral, and this has to be off.
Yeah, okay.
If you could leave the trees uncut, that would be good.
I like doing stuff like this, DIY, but we're both very hands-on, which probably help here.
Yeah.
I might be allowed to do some more, you never know. We have a very, very small garden back in the UK.
You swapped, you know, not cutting any grass to mowing a meadow.
Yeah.
When she arrived, Kim was not sure about leaving London, but it seems she's falling for the French way of life.
Settling in here has been quite easy. It's just so much more relaxed here, and the thought of going back knowing that I've got to get on the tube in London and, you know, go and do a paid job is quite a tough one. I do love it here. It's great. It's the not seeing Catherine for, I mean, this time it's going to be 2 weeks that I won't see Catherine and Louis. It's not the material things, it's the people and dog things that I think is going to hit me as, you know, I'm not going to see these for a couple of weeks. Right now, I want to stay here. I don't want to go back. But, and you know, the reality is, you know, I've got to. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, I guess.
It's 3 days later, and today's the day Kim has to go home.
Going back to the UK today, I suppose very, very mixed. It'd be nice to get back.
as we go on and I get used to the travel, and there will be other periods of 2 weeks, I think they'll be easier, but I think this one's going to be particularly hard.
Today is very much a mixture of feelings. It's a mixture of sadness that I'm saying goodbye, but also a rather overwhelming feeling that I need to start work on getting the business, getting the house ready so that I can have paying guests. This will be make or break time. You know, if I can't get the bed and breakfast up and running, I haven't got an income, I won't be able to afford to carry on.
After an emotional goodbye...
Say hello to London from me.
Catherine heads back to the countryside alone.
She'll be in the air. She'll have done an hour by now. Halfway there. It's quite quiet. It's quite odd. It still feels like I'm a visitor here. I don't feel yet that I belong here.
And the reality of building up her new business alone suddenly dawns on her.
I know there's a great long list of things to do. It's almost a daunting list of work and preparation, and I need to work out a prioritised list of what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. I don't know what it's going to take and how long I've got to live here to feel as though I'm a part of this place. But at the moment, it's a bit like being the caretaker.
In Mijas Costa on the Spanish coast, Steve and Alison Hyatt believe they've found the perfect place to escape to.
So lovely here, isn't it?
Yeah, super view. Well, just one of the reasons why we chose this area, because it's a beautiful place to live. It really, really is. It's Alison's favourite wine, but obviously it's going to make it now her favourite pasta.
Steve will be head chef in their new restaurant and is finding out that buying ingredients in a foreign country can be a frustrating experience.
Ingredients in Spain. It really is a bit hit and miss. They have some extremely good products and they have some rubbish products. This is one of the biggest problems you have in Spain, is finding fresh milk, fresh cream, double cream, whipping cream, single cream.
But that's not going to deter Steve, who's had years of practice, including cooking for the rich and famous.
Frank Sinatra, very nice guy. Ross shows him a restaurant in Dundee. Well, the Queen as well over the years, twice. The Queen's easy. Alison's difficult.
He's a perfectionist. Well, not all people that call themselves chefs have that sort of level of attention to detail. Has been known to throw a pan across the kitchen because something got burnt, you know? You just have to make sure you're not in the way.
Just to finish it off.
But now perfectionist Steve's exacting standards are going to be put to the test. It's the day before the big opening. The Blue Marlin is a hive of activity, and in the kitchen, Steve and his team are prepping for tomorrow's service.
Yeah, all go today. Non-stop, I'm afraid. All the deliveries, checking on the prices. Probably won't get out of here until later on tonight. And I came in at 10 this morning. Yeah, so we've got all the sauces are to be done, all the fish has got to be prepped. So we've got the stocks on the way.
Meanwhile, Alison is taking delivery of their new wine glasses.
They're crystal rather than just a glass. So there's just that lovely sound you get with crystal that you don't get with glass.
But though the glasses are great, they currently have no way of cleaning them. The dishwasher has given up the ghost.
So it's constantly trying to fill, so it's just cold water all the time. It's not washing. We're actually going to be opening a month late. It's just there's a lot of things that were wrong with the building that we didn't foresee, things that needed to be updated, which has been quite costly. But if you want to operate, you've got to make sure you're operating within the law.
In the back, Steve is having his own kitchen nightmares. There's a problem with his mussels.
Well, they're supposed to have come clean. You can buy them clean, you see. Well, they didn't come clean, unfortunately. And they are a mess, they really are. I mean, they've been straight out the sea and delivered straight here with the looks of them.
Despite these problems, Steve and Alison are determined that their launch night will be perfect.
Tomorrow we'll be back in here 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish. There's a lot being delivered tomorrow. The wine, the spirits, the beers. There's still some food to come. I've still got to do price lists, still got to do the menus. It's been a bit harder than we thought it was going to be.
But the next morning, there are more problems to solve. Steve and Alison are missing some special pasta plates, oil, and to top all that, they've got the wrong tuna.
Tuna, pasta bowls, and oil.
So tomorrow I've got a loin of tuna coming.
So Alison is being dispatched to the shops.
Couldn't get the oil that I was looking for, so probably have to go into the local shop. But yeah, we've got fresh rolls, the cheesies, the tuna that wasn't delivered, the right tuna, and a few other bits and pieces.
Meanwhile, at the restaurant, Steve's bracing himself for a busy service.
Just finished the meat, the lobsters, just been done, all trimmed, ready to rock and roll. Just got to clean up now and just get ready for service.
It's 6 p.m. and the doors of the Blue Marlin are open for business. Well, sort of.
Opened up quite easy a couple of days ago. Looks like it's come off the runner. What's it? WD-40. There we go. I think it's just here. It's needs a bit of something on it.
Within half an hour, locals are starting to show an interest in the newest restaurant in town.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like it?
And it's opening today?
Yes, now. Yeah.
Can I take a look?
Of course, yes, you're welcome. Yeah, sure.
What do you serve? Mostly fish or?
We do 2 steaks. There's a fillet steak and a ribeye steak. Yeah.
Real tired.
But the question is, with so many restaurants to choose from, will any of the window shoppers come through the door?
Worried that nobody's been in yet.
Yeah, there we go.
In the town of Fuengirola, just down the coast from Mijas Costa, Steve and Jill Lewis have been running their British boozer for almost 3 months. They've had a good start to the season, but now it's the height of summer, the most competitive time of year. So they've put on extra attractions to try to lure in the holidaymakers.
Hello. How are you doing? All right?
I'm fine. How are you? Nice to see you. Are you excited?
Very. I'm nervous.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little bit nervous.
Tonight they've booked the Costa del Sol's hottest new act.
If I set those to like a pink and a bluey white, can you see?
Paul Burnham will later transform into the glamorous Guapatini.
This, £800 this cost. My favourite comment is when I have men come up to me with their wives and they say, well, I wasn't going to come and see a drag show. There's no way you're going to get me to come and see a drag show. But my God, you've changed my mind. I've had a great night. Now that's better than all the applause and all the laughter put together. Got goosebumps telling you that.
To cover Guapatini's fee, they've pre-sold 50 tickets at €5 each.
Keep your tickets on in case you're coming in and out. You've got your 2.
But a rush of punters without tickets at the door is causing a seating problem.
Yours is not ordered?
No, because...
Right, so what you will need to do is, obviously you want to sit with them, you'll need to put another seat on that end of their table. They're on table 6. 24, please.
Oh, doing all right, but I'm a bit annoyed now about it.
Well, if nobody tells me, love, I'm not a mind reader, I'm sorry.
Once the seating is sorted, the show can begin.
There was a musical composer in London, you may have heard of him, a little-known composer called Andy Lloyd Webber.
And Guapatini doesn't disappoint the crowd.
It was something different.
It was ace. I'm not really into drag artists, and I was really quite surprised how good it was. I thought she was very good.
We want to get him in Barra. We think he'll go down very well.
Tonight, Steve and Jill have taken €420 in ticket sales alone, more than covering Guapatini's fee. In addition to this, the bar took well over €1,000.
Couldn't have asked for a better turnout. I've had more people just turn up on the night. And yeah, a little bit stressful trying to sort them out, trying to sort tables out, trying to squeeze them in. Well, that's show business, isn't it? You know, and what a night. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
Guapatini has helped make this the Mariners' best night yet.
I've had lots of comments already about putting the fun back in Fuengirola, putting the spirit back in Fuengirola. You know, we're expecting taking us 2 years to get established. I think, you know, if we carry on with these cabaret shows, it's going to make it.
But it's still early days. Can the Mariners keep up the good work and continue to pull in the punters for the rest of the summer? And make the bar a permanent fixture in Fuengirola? The Lot-et-Garonne in the south of France. And brand new B&B owner Catherine Morgan has no regrets about swapping a daily commute on the tube in London for a more laid-back life.
I find living here, I'm permanently aware of what the weather's doing. I'm aware of the sunrise and the sunset and what the sky looks like and what's happening out in the garden. And, you know, as the fruits start to ripen on the trees, there's nothing so wonderful as picking plums off your own tree and making jam and things like that.
As well as a B&B, Catherine is turning the barn into a self-catering gîte. So today, Catherine is in the town of Casteljaloux, 14 miles from home, for an important meeting with the tourist office.
It's fantastic here. It's absolutely delightful.
The town's name translates to Jealous Castle. Set amongst rolling hills, it's famous for being a historic spa town, with people coming here to enjoy its stunning architecture and find rest and relaxation in the historical baths. Catherine's turning her attention towards the business of B&Bs, but she's never done this in England, let alone in France.
I've got an appointment with the director of the tourist office here, and we're going to have a meeting about setting up the gîtes and B&B and what she can do, marketing, advertising, that kind of thing.
Vous êtes Madame Casola?
Oui, on
Bonjour.
s'est pas vu encore. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Okay, we want to start a new activity with self-catering cottage and heavy guest houses also.
And also, if I can do some advertising on the tourist information website and your
Always
advice.
possible.
Catherine's rural location means she's unlikely to get passing trade, so she needs help to put her property on the map.
It's outside Guérin. It's a little tiny hamlet,
Okay.
like a tiny, tiny village called Lodé.
We are in charge of the promotion of 27 villages on our area, and Guérin belongs
It's
to
one of
the
yours,
area.
yes.
Okay, so it's possible to work with us. This kind of advertisement, a photography, a description, tariffs.
But before she can market the property, Catherine needs to learn the law of the land.
And this is the complete law for guest houses.
Nice thick. Thank you very much.
Very large. Even in French, it's not very easy to read.
Really?
But if you have someone to translate.
Yes. There's a lot of admin. I think l'administration in France is almost like the mill round your neck.
For the guest house, there are things to know.
There's rules about what kind of food I can offer. There's rules about breakfast.
There are things to know.
Yes.
Important things to know.
You have to have a drinks licence to serve tea and coffee at breakfast. And you think, it's not alcoholic. I suppose it's the caffeine.
Because I have
This has been a real wake-up call for Catherine.
to read.
I think what worries me is there might be things that I don't know about that somebody hasn't said, and I'm culpable because I'm ignorant. As long as nobody dies, it should be all right.
She may not be able to serve tea to paying guests yet, but Catherine can make a brew for the neighbours. So as a dress rehearsal for her B&B, she's planning to host a traditional English tea party, complete with homemade scones and cake. And back at her rural retreat, the preparations are underway.
If it's not under chuffer cheese, it'll be under puffer pastry. Cheese straws, 366. We're inviting people to a pendaison de crémaillère. So that's housewarming. And I've said it's going to be in the style of an English afternoon tea with traditional cakes and pastries. So I'm committed now. There's no backing out. Sage, brilliant. And I did ask for people to call me to let me know the number of invitations. Some people called me and said, could I call them back? And I called them back and I didn't really understand what they said, whether they were coming or not coming. So I don't know how many people I'm catering for. So I'm just going to do lots. Rough puff pastry is a cross between flaky and puff. And it's easy to make. Thank goodness for that. Well, we're about to find out if I'm a good baker or not. I haven't made pastry since I was at school. It can't be grilling things because that's just doing the top. That's cake. That's roasting things, so that's got the turny round thing in it. Cuisson multiples. I'm doing cuisson multiples, I'm sure I am. I'm hoping they'll be open to trying new things, and if they don't like it, they don't like it. 12 minutes. There'll be something that they'll be able to eat. I need to get on and do the next one. Right, I'm coming. Stop bleeping.
It looks like Katrin could use some help.
Now, hang on a minute. I'm going to leave them on for a bit longer.
Thankfully, though, Kim will be back tomorrow to lend a hand.
It's a bit early for a gin and tonic, isn't it? No, I'll go for a glass of wine then. OK.
In Mias Costa on the Costa del Sol, it's the opening night of the town's newest fish restaurant. But the Hyatts still haven't managed to reel in a single customer.
Worried that nobody's been in yet.
I don't think anybody's anywhere at the minute.
In the kitchen, Steve's raring to go.
Now I've got the lobsters done, and the pepper sauce is done, and all the bits and pieces for the monkfish, and the oysters wrapped all the meat and stuff are a bit better now. So I think I'm just about there.
And a potential disaster caused by lack of plates has been averted. Steve has found some emergency crockery.
We'll do it for tonight, but it's not the same pattern as we've got on all the rest of the plates. She who is never wrong will not admit she forgot to order them.
You've always been a big mouth, so I can hear you fine.
But now Steve's got an even bigger problem to deal with. There's trouble with his lobster thermidor. His turmeric rice has turned a funny shade of orange.
The rice that I bought, the basmati rice here, I don't know, I've never seen a rice cooked like it. It was like 5 minutes in the water and went to mush. And the turmeric here is not very good either. It looks the same, smells the same, but it's sent the rice a really strange colour. So I may have to give them something else instead, but unfortunately it's already on the menu. So maybe I'll talk to the Indian restaurant and see what he's got. Did you get basmati rice, love?
Yes, it's in there.
Thank you. Get that on then.
Steve has no choice because within an hour, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. The customers start to arrive in force.
So where would you like to sit tonight, gents? Do you want to be inside or out there?
After setting up a new life overseas and a stressful renovation, Alison has taken her very first order in her new dream business.
Oh, that's great. It's like, at last. Achieved it. Oh, they're eating off our daily special menu, which is 2 courses for €20. So they're having tuna, and then the gentleman is having our catfish with the Cajun. Good day, good day.
And within minutes, more customers arrive and Steve is rushed off his feet.
Always tell when the Brits are in.
Now, sir, your bang bang shrimp.
There's a bang bang.
There you are.
It's been a bit stressful, obviously, because it's your first time, most of it, but it's gone very well. Bit of a learning curve as well, obviously. Customers seem happy, so that's the important thing. Oh, and the wife's happy, that's the even more important thing.
It was nice tonight. We did 15 people. They all were very happy. So yes, we did just a nice amount for our starter night. My feet are sore. But I'm feeling very relieved that we have some money in the till. Glad we're actually back to doing what we like doing.
Yeah. I like cooking, she likes shouting at me. Hey, work's a treat.
It's a successful night after what has been a real battle to get to the finish line.
We don't remember the setbacks now
No,
because you
we'll
just get
look
over
ahead.
it.
It's
Yeah.
behind you, it's done. We're celebrating something that's happened.
Yeah, move on.
You know.
It's very short. I mean, it doesn't feel like so long ago I was 25 or when I met Alison at 30 odd. It just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem like we've been together so long.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
You knew I was going
Well,
to
for
say
you
that.
it does. For you it does. For me it does.
Over the next week, customers keep on coming and the great feedback for the Hyatts continues.
Fish was so fresh and the flavours were just absolutely amazing. Definitely going to be coming back.
Lovely, everything lovely. The presentation's great, the personality of the people here are great.
We're happy to be here tonight and we will be back.
But Alison and Steve still have a long way to go. They need to keep on reeling in the customers throughout the summer season if they are to have any chance of recouping the overspend they made in opening their dream restaurant. Next time.
The benefits of life out here are, oh my goodness, 15-fold.
A new life in the sun for these great escapers.
We're doing what we want. I'm living my dream.
But can they make their new business pay?
It's absolutely essential we have customers because there are no funds to get ourselves through the winter.
After a great opening night,
I'm feeling very relieved that we have some money in the till.
Can Steve and Alison keep the tills ringing?
I don't think it's easy to earn a living because a lot of people have tried it and failed.
And how will Catherine,
How long have we got to go before people get here?
cope with her biggest cooking challenge?
Idiot, 1 ounce of sugar and 2 ounces of sultanas.
Every year, thousands of Brits head to Europe for a dream new life.
To a dad, that is just pure pleasure.
This is heaven on earth.
But sunshine and scenery and a great lifestyle need to be paid for.
My bank is empty. We've got nothing left.
So to fund their fairy tale,
Get your little fishy when the boat comes in.
brave Brits are taking the plunge and going into business. On this series, we follow those expats.
Dave, you got any euros?
Setting up anything from bars and boat charters in Spain to vineyards and B&Bs in France.
Not happy. Not happy.
But will they flourish?
We're going to do it, we must do it properly.
Or will they fail?
Money doesn't grow on trees.
It is life or death.
And can they really make a life in the sun pay?
Fans broke down. You are joking. It went bang.
On today's show, two Londoners race to open a restaurant and B&B in France.
But absolutely right now, that seems slightly impossible.
But have they bitten off more than they can chew?
Finish outside, finish bedrooms, finish swimming pool. It's basically just like finish everything.
Will a series of setbacks
The more I walk, I get to the stage where I will just collapse.
threaten the future of this Spanish bar?
So like before I couldn't leave Millie, now I can't leave Mum, so I can't go in and help Steve at the bar.
And the couple opening an observatory in France.
It's hugely important that this works because we don't actually have a plan B.
But will their dream be lost in translation?
I'm just not used to the French tape measures. Numbers are all in foreign.
France, there are more Michelin-starred restaurants than anywhere else in the world, and it's easy to see why. The country is home to 400 different types of cheese and many vineyards, which produce some of the most expensive vintage wines in the world. And now it's become a top destination for Brits looking to make a livelihood in this food lover's paradise.
One or a white one? I literally now feel that I'm about to live off the land. This is like the final frontier.
This hamlet near Vertillac in the southwest of France has just become home to Londoners Joe Gell and partner Alice Barnett, who are setting up their own restaurant and B&B.
You do this for the lifestyle, and you do this because it's something that you love doing. And we're never going to be millionaires, but look where we live, and look at our standard of living is amazing. The food we eat is amazing. It's worth all the money in the world.
Joe and Alice moved here 5 months ago to take over La Lunaire. This collection of beautifully renovated farmhouse buildings is set in its own stunning grounds, with a swimming pool and panoramic views of the local area. Joe and Alice could only dream of being able to afford something like this in the south of England.
Probably most people our age have decided to have children by now, and we decided to get a restaurant instead.
Joe and Alice do have previous experience of running restaurants, but they've never run a B&B, so the pressure is on. They've got a lot on their plate before they can start earning. Priority number 1 is to open the restaurant in time for Easter, and that's in just 9 days' time.
List of jobs to do, it literally is finish restaurant, finish kitchen, finish outside, finish bedrooms, finish swimming pool. It's basically just like finish everything.
Today, Joe's working on the kitchen. It was once a stable block. Now she wants it to be fitted out with all the mod cons a chef needs.
They're prep benches, so they're easy to clean, and yeah, I've got 2 of those. Get a massive cooker in as well. But yeah, so it's going to be our kitchen eventually.
Meanwhile, Alice is throwing herself into transforming the dining area.
This will be the restaurant. In the summer, we'll have a ton of people outside as well, with all the doors open, which will be gorgeous. But right now, it's going to be Easter. It's going to probably be quite cold, so that's where they go.
Looks nice in here, doesn't it? We're ready for service. Yeah.
The minute before we open on Easter weekend, I think we'll be so scared. I think we'll be running on adrenaline and absolutely falling over with complete terror. The first customer that walks through the door, and you have to try not to be that sort of, oh my God, you're here and you need stuff and I need to do stuff.
I'm excited. This is what we've always wanted. So, for us, it's brilliant. Yeah, I'm excited and scared. Both of those things.
So far, things are looking promising, with the bookings diary filling up. But with the kitchen and dining room still to finish and a menu to plan, Joe and Alice have plenty to keep them busy.
At the end of the day, when we open the doors, this has to be perfect. Our customers have to come in and we are doing that still cliche thing about the duck with the legs whizzing, but by the time we open our doors, which is only 1 week from now, really, we have to be serene and calm, and it's just like, come on in, may I get you an aperitif? But absolutely right now, that seems slightly impossible.
Javia on the Costa Blanca. Lying in the shadow of the Montgo Mountain and one of the most popular resorts in the region. The town started attracting Brits more than 30 years ago, who fell for the area's clear blue seas, stunning beaches and endless sunshine. They loved it so much that many of these expat visitors have never left, taking advantage of the bargain property prices. A 3-bed townhouse here can be bought for under £50,000. Steve Stallion, his fiancée Kelly and mother-in-law Gail have been here for 5 months now, living their dream life of running a bar in the sun.
I think living in Spain is amazing.
Yes, living.
It's an amazing way of life.
Yes.
Absolutely love it.
And you feel like you've got a good life. And that's what I think is important to us. And that's
Yeah.
what we always strive for, is a good workplace, but then also having a place where we live, where, you know, we can, like on our day off, go to the beach.
With just a tiny renovation budget of €10,000, the Stallions have turned a disused club into a family bar and grill, Gecko.
It's a bit surreal, actually. We're now making our own money, which is brilliant.
The cash to make this happen has come from Gail's savings, but the family are convinced they can earn it back by serving high-end food.
Here we got some really high cuisine. That was really perfect.
Everything was freshly from the market. Really enjoyed it, yes.
It's now August. The town is packed with holidaymakers. Despite many bars offering cheaper food and drink, Steve and Gail are sticking to their upmarket menu.
Pasta. The feedback is so good. We've got so many positive people on our side that I do feel positive about it.
But to help cut costs, Steve's running the bar with a skeleton staff, and that means he and Gail are both working 6 long days a week.
And then there's 3 burgers, Gecko burgers.
3 special burgers at £9.50.
Tonight is starting well. These customers have just ordered the most expensive burgers on the menu, and a special salmon dish too.
I'd go for the salmon. It's delicious. And what else?
It's got...
Is it with risotto?
Yeah.
Oh, and then that's the last of the 7.
But there's a problem.
What?
There's been crossed wires between Steve and the waitress.
I made the wrong order.
Steve has prepared one too many of the expensive salmon dishes, and the customers are short of a burger. It's a mistake which is going to cost him money and a possible bad review.
It shouldn't happen, do you know what I mean? But I'm tired and taking their order and I'm not listening, and then I wrote it down and then I couldn't find the pads where I put it. And I was like, no, they definitely have.
Did it board again?
No, it's fine. Doc, just tell them 2 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe we didn't write it down. Usually we write it down and put it in the kitchen. Could be our fault.
Over to Gail to try to limit the damage.
We do apologise for getting your order wrong. The burger's on its way. Free drink. Is the food okay?
Gail has rescued Steve's mistake, and the night is back on track.
They refused the drink and said not to worry. So the one guy said all night. I said, I knew you were going to cash in on it.
But with the season now in full swing, a tired chef and an understaffed bar, will they be able to keep up the good work? Conflans in southwest France, a tiny town that's home to just 3,000 people. This tranquil spot is famous for its stunning 13th century granite bridge, and is surrounded by miles upon miles of rolling countryside.
Where's the blue ball bench? Did you find it in the end?
And for former university researchers Sue and Andrew Davis, it's the perfect location to launch their unusual new business. Andrew's passion is astronomy, and this area has some of the darkest and clearest skies in the whole of France.
I started being interested in astronomy when I was about 11, and been hooked ever since. I saw the rings of Saturn through a telescope when I was at grammar school, and that was it.
Andrew and Sue have left Cheshire for a new life in Conflans. They're hoping to turn their passion into profit by setting up their own observatory and adjoining B&B. This ordinary rundown farm will soon become what they're calling an astro farm.
It's somewhere where people can come and relax and enjoy the night sky. So I think Astro Farm is more my dream than it is Sue's.
Well, you're the Astro bit, I'm the farm bit, aren't I? So
You're farming.
We've got 4 letters each, so it's quite fair. It's quite fair.
Sue and Andrew's new home includes a bungalow, 3 outbuildings and 2.5 acres of land.
So the actual house was €55,000, which is probably around about 45,000 sterling at the time when we bought. A bargain.
Absolute bargain.
They're now spending around €30,000 turning a stable into an accommodation block and clearing the land. Building the observatory itself will cost them another €10,000, and their tight budget means they have just 3 months to complete it before they run out of cash to live on.
It's hugely important that this works because we don't actually have a plan B, do we?
No.
We don't have any other form of income, so in terms of making a living out of being here, we need to make enough to live on, to survive.
It's now August. Andrew and Sue still need to build the accommodation for visitors who are coming in autumn, the start of the best stargazing season. They need to put up walls, plaster, plumb in a bathroom and decorate. And to cut costs, they're doing it all themselves.
You do the roughy-tufty stuff with the big drills.
I do the building.
And the knocking down. You quite like the knocking down.
You do the making good.
And I do the planning. Yeah, I put it all back together, sort it out. We've done this. This is us. Entirely us. Our graft. Our ideas, our vision.
But for now, it seems there's an issue with Andrew's building skills.
It doesn't help. For some reason, I don't know why, I tend to measure things and I see things differently than they actually are. Once I've cut this, it's not going to fit up there because it's a different measurement.
I've got to find a way of filling that now because he didn't quite measure it correctly, so I shall have to bring my skills to bear now, won't I,
Crack on.
to fill all the gaps up.
Once boarded, the next job will be plastering and decorating before building enough bunk beds for 8 guests.
I have.
See, has it?
It actually fits. I don't believe it. Oh, there's a little gap.
Oh no, what's this big gap this side of the wood? Look how far it goes off, look, from a
Listen,
third.
for me...
Quite good for you, yeah.
So I've got to trim it. No, not quite. I'm just not used to the French tape measures.
It's the foreign numbers on it, isn't it?
The numbers are all in foreign. I wish I'd learnt French when I was at school.
I said last night when I came in here, I can't believe what he's done. Absolutely amazing.
Ta-da!
We can... It's not bad. You're getting better.
It's not bad
What
for me.
a shame you've nearly finished now. You've got the hang of it. Hooray!
Job 1 done, but there's still a stack to do. Sue and Andrew have a long way to go.
We'll get done what we get done. We can't work any more hours than we're working now unless we actually give up on sleep altogether. What will be done will be done.
On the outskirts of Vertillac, Joe and Alice have been working round the clock, turning an old stable block into a top-class restaurant, which they'll call à table. They've made great progress, clearing, painting and furnishing the dining room, ready for an Easter opening.
We wanted to go for a little bit eclectic without... we definitely don't want to be pretentious. So shabby chic is probably what we like, really, isn't it?
You can lose your big red wine glass. It's just a way of being shabby, but in a good way, isn't it?
Easter weekend is just around the corner, and bookings for their opening are coming in thick and fast.
We had a rough idea of how many people it would seat, but then as soon as you get your bookings in, you then have to think, oh, actually, can we set the tables up in that way?
It'll be easier in the summer when we have the outside, we have the terrace outside, and then we can seat more people, and also, you know, things will be different in the fact that we don't have to kind of squidge people in.
People change, they phone up every day and say, oh, we're a 3, now we're a 4, now we're a 2, this and the other, and we're only really small, so it's sort of it is a little bit of a juggle with the tables.
They fitted the oven and prep areas in the kitchen to meet the needs of head chef Joe.
It's really, really nice to have been able to design my own kitchen. We only got the fridge 2 days ago and the cooker 2 days ago. I mean, I love having like all my herbs and spices and vinegars and oils, you know, within easy reach, which I didn't before. They were like halfway across the kitchen. So that's all going to really work for me.
But it's one thing having a good kitchen, quite another to run a successful service. And everything is riding on their opening night.
It's the first weekend, so, you know, having the customers here for the first time, I think we're providing them a real treat. We're not going to make any money this weekend, but we are going to serve something that I think is really lovely.
It's early morning.
Got it. Got bags. Excellent.
And Joe and Alice are heading to nearby Vertiac to pick up the ingredients for tomorrow's service. The south of France is famed for its food markets, selling the freshest of ingredients and French delicacies to streams of customers. Vertiac is no different. Unless you turn up at 7 a.m.
Bonjour. Ça va? Oui, ça va bien, merci.
With 17 people booked in for the grand opening, Joe and Alice are determined to beat the rush.
Yeah, you have to get here really, really early. It's normally busier than this, the market, but this particular stall is so popular because it's local, organic produce, and they do sell out. So when we're buying in restaurant quantities, we need to get here as he's jumping out of the car. Grab it off him.
I'm going to take all this kale.
You're going to go for all of it?
I don't know. I should have probably just taken the box, shouldn't I? It's just the best kale. It's amazing. Converts people that don't even like it.
Yeah, that's really true.
It's a lot to do still, but it's nice to be starting cooking, getting the produce in, and yeah, excited and terrified.
Back from the shops.
À Table is well off the beaten track, so with no passing trade, they're going to have to rely on word of mouth. Joe's hoping an Easter-themed feast will get people talking, so tomorrow she's serving softly boiled eggs to start, roast spring lamb and a hot cross bun dessert.
Yeah, I've got the hot cross buns, the stock which is on now, blanch asparagus, boil the eggs, boil and peel the eggs, do the spuds. What I'll do is with the spuds, they're going to be fondant potatoes, so I will cook them in the stock. And then tomorrow I'll cook them off again. Hopefully by the time the opening weekend comes, I will have very little to do. You know, it will just be a matter of getting heat into things and getting it on a plate.
Out front, Alice is adding the finishing touches to the dining area.
Everything has to match and be kind of perfect in that way. So you come and feel like you're being so looked after, and yeah, decent wine glasses. We go to some restaurants which have really rubbishy little tatty wine glasses and things like that. We don't really like that. We're not top of the range by any stretch, but we want it to be comfortable and enjoyable and a little bit of luxury for sure.
In just 24 hours' time, the first diners will be seated.
Oh, it looks great.
I'd want to come and eat here, wouldn't you?
It's beginning to look like a restaurant.
But the big question is, will all Alice and Joe's efforts be worth it when the doors of À Table open for the very first time?
I'm going to be nervous from the first minute that we open the doors tomorrow, without doubt. How about you?
I'm nervous until the last plate goes out. And then I'm drinking champagne.
It's been a month since former university researchers Sue and Andrew arrived in Conflans to build a stargazing B&B on a rundown farm.
Once the building's done, I'm retired.
Yeah.
That's me doing my hobby 24/7.
And I can't complain, I can't moan at him that, you know, you're not stopping out again all night. looking at those stars. They're the same ones as last night. I really don't see the point. You did it last night, they haven't done anything different, have they? No. How tedious.
They've now boarded out the accommodation block, which will cater for 8 astronomers. But for now, to make the most of the summer sun, they're leaving the bunkhouse and starting work on the observatory itself.
Tell you what, though, we haven't half got fit since we've been here. We both lost loads of weight.
The observatory needs to be away from the main house to take full advantage of the dark night skies, so that means making an entire building from scratch.
We're digging out the footings for the observatory, which is really, it's like a big garage. So we've got to have a really firm base before it goes in because of the weight of it. This particular observatory will have one telescope up at the top, and the roof will roll off.
But Sue and Andrew have a tight renovation budget and are using all their savings. So to make the money stretch, the centrepiece to their business will be a €1,200 flat-packed shed.
It's like a bottom-end market conservatory, really, isn't it? It's a wooden shed on a platform.
And they've also found a way to cut corners on their catering facilities.
It was an outside loo, and we've converted it into a little coffee shop so people don't have to truck all the way to the other end for teas, coffees and hot chocolate during the night in the winter.
But it's the observatory's perfect location that Andrew hopes will attract guests.
So we need an unobstructed view south, which is why this observatory is at this end of the field. So we've got the field in front of us and then 240 miles of national park to the south. So we've got no street lights, we've got no sort of obstructions in the way.
Sue and Andrew want the observatory open in 7 weeks. For just 2 people, there's still a vast amount to do. So they've come up with a clever plan to get them to the finishing line, bribing friends with the lure of the stars.
So we're sort of doing like a mini exchange type thing. So they come and do 4 hours, 5 hours a day, and we provide board and lodge for them, pick them up from the airport, drop them back again, which is what we're doing this morning.
Today, Andrew is heading off to the airport to pick up his friend Dave to help with the precision build of the observatory.
Here we are. Welcome to Limoges Airport. Hey, buddy, you all right, mate? Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Good flight?
Yeah, fantastic.
Brilliant, excellent.
Dave is an engineer by trade, so he's very technically minded, very precise.
So the plan is, I got the foundation done yesterday, and then tomorrow I'll go and buy some sand and cement, and we'll put the blockwork in on top of the foundation.
Cool.
We'll start unpacking the observatory and start putting that up.
But even with the priceless help from friends, it's still going to be tight getting the observatory ready on time.
Welcome to the farm.
In Javier on the Costa Blanca, it's a landmark moment for the Stallion family.
Got a little juice box and snack box ready. So excited.
It's the first day of nursery for Kelly and Steve's daughter, Millie.
Good job, well done. Wow, you're going to look so pretty.
Millie has just turned 2.5 and so far has been looked after by Mum Kelly. Starting school means Kelly will now be able to help out at the understaffed bar.
Keep going and kiss.
Have a lovely day at school, bud, baby. Oh, I love you. See you at lunchtime. Oh, wipe it away.
Steve and Kelly have chosen a fee-paying bilingual school in town where pupils are taught in Spanish and English. In the UK, a similar school would have cost the Stallions around £1,000 a month. Here, it costs about a quarter of that.
We have to pay for this school. I think it's €240 a month.
We would have taken the step a long time ago in England if we could have afforded it. We really would have.
I don't think we'd put money into private school in England, though, would we?
No, whereas we couldn't afford private school.
And after a trial run, Kelly and Steve are confident they've chosen well.
You know, we walked in the classroom, she took her in to play with some little kids, and someone, you know, the teacher took us and walked us around and explained things to us, and it just felt right, it felt good.
baby girl. Wait a minute, let's do your shoesies. Have a kiss. I'm gonna miss you. Put your baggie on. Right. Excited.
5 minutes later, without so much as a tear,
It's just hard leaving her.
it's the first childcare-free morning for Steve and Kelly.
I'm really excited for her.
It is really exciting for her.
Yeah, I don't particularly want you to. I want to stay in the parking lot for the whole 4 hours, really,
Yeah.
so I'm right there.
I feel good, but I also feel sick as well.
I want to buy a house right next door to the school so I can actually... That's how I feel. We can actually spend some time together, baby.
I know.
But Steve and Kelly's plans are short-lived.
Is that Mum?
What?
Mum? Mum?
As they get home to find Grandma Gail is in agony.
You okay? Do you want me to get an ambulance out?
Get me some paracetamol for the coming.
Okay.
She's gone up to go to the toilet and she can't move.
Right, okay.
It's like somebody's got a poker and they're poking me in the back and then it affects this whole leg.
I think we have to call an ambulance.
Okay.
I've had back problems all my life. It's just that I've never had it so intensified and for so long. The more I walk, I get to the stage where I will just collapse. I can't walk.
This is a massive blow for the stallions. Gail can't stand up, so will no longer be able to work in the bar.
Usually if someone's sick or if they're throwing up, you can kind of say, right, we need to go to the hospital because of dehydrating. But with something like this, only Mum can gauge and tell us what she needs. I've never seen my mum like she's not one to cry from pain. So when she was in tears just now, yeah. I think what worries me is that, obviously the language barrier, I'm just scared that, I don't know.
There's an emergency number for the doctors. There's 2 different ambulances we can call.
But now it's opening time, so Steve has to leave Kelly to look after her mum.
I've got to set the bar up. If you just call if you need, okay? So I can be back in 10 minutes. Okay? Okay.
And Kelly's prospects of helping out at the bar have disappeared.
And it's hard because obviously there's so few of us to work at the bar. I mean, I could go in, but I can't leave Mum now. So like before I couldn't leave Millie, now I can't leave Mum, so I can't go in and help Steve at the bar.
You know, she's 62, so she's she's got great energy, but physically, you get to a point where your body's like, oh man, there's only so much you can do.
This couldn't have happened at a worse time. It's peak season and the bar is understaffed. Will the stallions be able to handle this family crisis?
Count.
1, 2, 3.
Usually you do 5.
Oh.
How's it feeling? Push.
1, 2, 3. Enough?
In the Dordogne, it's the grand opening of Joe and Alice's restaurant. They need to prepare 5 courses ready for the 24 customers who are booked in for a fine dining experience.
I came to work at 2 o'clock this morning and, yeah, I had a little bit of a sleep. But we're good, I think.
But just a couple of hours before service, there's a problem. The one and only waitress hasn't shown up.
Hey, salut, Josephine, it's Alice. I'm just hoping that you're still going to come and work with me today. Give me a call back, let me know what's going on. See you later, bye. If she doesn't turn up, I don't know.
But while it might not be going to plan out front, Joe is feeling confident about the food.
My amuse-bouche is prawn with mango salsa. My starter is egg and soldiers. That's asparagus spears wrapped in truffle-seasoned bread with smoked salmon, crispy dippy egg, hollandaise sauce and pea shoots. My main's roasted leg of lamb with all the trimmings. And then dessert is called Who Lost the Hot Cross Buns. That's because bread and butter pudding in French is pain perdu, which means lost bread. And that's coming with a bitter orange sauce and some beautiful salted caramel ice cream, which is made just up the road by the Happy Cows up the road.
And all that topped off with a cheese board.
We're feeling confident, aren't we, Sharon?
She's serving everything with the help of friend and sous chef, Sharon.
We are cooking on gas then.
But they're not cooking on gas for very long. Their brand new kitchen is having a few teething problems.
I've had a bit of a problem with wiring. This oven doesn't work because it keeps fusing everything. So, yeah, we don't have this oven. We do have this oven, which is wonderful.
We have managed to produce things without a cooker before.
30 people on a camping stove.
Yep, we did it.
Yep, because you're very good and I'm not too bad.
It's now just over an hour until opening, and Alice's waitress still hasn't shown up.
People will turn up in an hour, there's no question. I am so far off being set up. Anyway.
So Joe's mum, Tanya, has been drafted in to help. But she's not quite meeting Alice's exacting standards.
Good, I think it's coming together. Might have a little tiny sort out. A little tiny. She's gonna kill me. Can't put a plate down on that. It's like that big.
But thankfully, just before the customers are due, the missing waitress turns up after a confusion over the start time. With customers arriving, Joe needs to get a dozen plates of softly boiled eggs with her asparagus soldiers out to the tables.
If you chop the tops off, they're absolutely fine. Just, yeah, chill out how they are. If you leave the tops on, they'll overcook. Sorry.
But there's a problem with the eggs.
It's not dippy enough. They're supposed to be dippy eggs.
It's too late to worry now. The customers are waiting to deliver their verdicts. In Confalon, Sue and Andrew are racing to get their stargazing B&B ready for their opening. So this week, their friend Dave has just flown in to help build the observatory from scratch.
We should probably get the mayor to come up and do this, shouldn't we? You ready? Ta-da!
It's finally time to start building.
Go the other side and we'll take a corner each. The unveiling.
We're going back.
The observatory. But just how complicated can it be?
Ah, destructions.
Go on, you go and read.
I know I was going to put them somewhere safe.
No, you go and read.
Oh, is it all in French?
Oh, don't know, no, read. Yes.
Yeah. It's all pictures, actually, it's not too bad. Andrew does the actual hammering and I read the instructions carefully.
Men don't read instructions.
No, men don't read instructions.
Highly overrated.
Men just grab a screwdriver and a hammer.
It's more fun to try and work it out like doing a jigsaw without a picture. It's a garage, basically, that we've bought that needs constructing together, but it's got the right shaped roof. That means that we can do that separately and make it a roll-on, roll-off for the observatory. So this is quite a big day for us, opening the blue box.
And Andrew reckons the flat-pack shed is a bargain.
I mean, out of all the observatories that I've built, this is probably going to be the easiest.
How many observatories have you built, though?
None yet. I've got a shed.
Andrew can't wait to start.
You can't imagine how excited I am.
But building a roof that can roll on and off with the flick of a switch will need careful planning.
The shed itself is like building a normal shed. The challenge is going to be getting the roof to roll smoothly and just roll back far enough and not too far and level so that it doesn't roll back on its own and roll forward on its own.
What's the worst that can go wrong?
The worst that could possibly go wrong is we don't get the shed built.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So, yeah, we'll get the shed built.
We'll get the shed built. We'll have a roof that moves.
Dave's only here for 2.5 more days, and this job is taking much longer than expected. They've spent a couple of hours just unpacking the shed. And with light fading, the real work is now going to have to start tomorrow.
I'm really impressed with that roof.
Doesn't take much to make you happy, does it, darling?
I've got a
I'm
shed.
so pleased. Pleased with the shed.
I've got a shed.
But the next morning, there's a setback. Heavy rain means that work on the observatory has to be abandoned.
So today, for the first time, we've actually been driven indoors and had to have a change of plan because we've got torrential rain and howling gales.
So while Andrew and Dave head off into town to get building supplies, it's a chance for Sue to paint the guest accommodation.
Oh, that's nice, lovely covering. Oh, look at that rain there. The real satisfying thing here is that when we look round, we've done this. And that's been really nice because we've had the chance to sort of talk and it's transformed the relationship, it really has. We've loved just being just him and me here with the dogs and the cats. It's probably been better than even having a holiday. Oh, there's the boy.
Thankfully, the rain passes and it can finally be all hands on deck.
Hopefully, if the weather plays along, we'll get this up. By the end of the week, I'll have a fully functioning observatory.
But there's still a mountain of work to get through and time is going very quickly.
The plan is, there is no plan.
I've got a plan, I've even got it written in the diary. I haven't looked at it for a long time, so I've got no idea how far off plan we are.
Share it with me,
We just put our heads down and get on with it, really. We're just ploughing through the work.
We know where we've got to be in 6.5 weeks' time. And we know what needs doing to get there.
In the French Dordogne at Joe and Alice's restaurant, the grand opening weekend is underway.
We shall bring you a drink and we'll be right with you.
Today, rave reviews are essential in order to drum up future business.
We're a destination place. I mean, you can see we're in the middle of nowhere. You can't find us, we don't advertise, so we are totally word of mouth.
Joe's hoping her lavish 5-course Easter menu at just €19.50 a head will get the locals talking.
I think it's going to be a nice meal. I think it's, yeah, I'm not making a load of money, but we're doing good stuff.
For the starter, Joe has made soft-boiled egg and asparagus soldiers, and they've gone down a storm.
Compliments to the chef.
Clean plates are a great sign, and in the kitchen, Joe's now turning her attention to the main course.
3 lamb straight away and a chicken.
A choice of roast chicken or lamb with local organic vegetables.
OK, so exactly the same, but it's got lamb gravy. Is that a problem, you think? That'll be all right. Yeah, but it's not up to you.
All Joe's prep seems to be paying off with a smooth service.
If it's not nice, I'll drink it. I'll give you something else.
Finally, time for dessert of bread and butter pudding made from hot cross buns.
We're on desserts now. Almost done. It's almost done. We're about to crack open the champagne and, yeah, applaud ourselves.
And the diners are already singing Joe's praises.
They're like, the chappie in the kitchen's doing a fabulous job.
The chap.
A fabulous job.
Yeah, so I always get called Monsieur. I'm exhausted. It's the end of the weekend and, yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. But I think everyone's having a good time. We made absolutely no money. And hopefully we've provided people with an excellent meal.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I will.
Everyone's happy?
Wiping their plates.
Brilliant. No washing up to do, which is good because we've got no water in the kitchen.
perfect.
Absolutely
One
wonderful.
One of the best meals we've had since we've been in France, and we've been here a number of years.
So the favourite dish for me was the starter, so the sort of retake on sort of boiled eggs and soldiers. So that was the best bit for me. So very creative, very, very tasty, different flavours. Yeah, really, really good idea.
Beautiful presentation and lovely food ideas. We thought it was lovely.
Excellent, excellent meal, very good. Beautiful meal, most enjoyable. We will return.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, let's crack the good stuff. Now the customers are gone.
Yeah.
Let's get the posh stuff out.
Well done, everyone. This is our opening weekend.
Yeah, opening weekend. Woo!
Nice one, everyone.
Did it.
If Joe and Alice carry on like this, they will be well on the way to making a success of the first stage of their new business. Now they can start thinking about their B&B. Next time.
This is really crucial. They've got to get this absolutely level.
Sue and Andrew race towards opening day.
This could be a complete disaster.
But will they finish in time?
Because it's all trial and error, and of course there isn't a lot of room for error now.
It's a big day on the Costa Blanca as Steve and Kelly work together for the very first time.
Steve and I worked together before and it didn't go so well. When we tended to argue quite a lot. Like we'd be in the kitchen and be like, "Grr," and then we'd go out front and be like, hi, how are you?
And just 24 hours before its first guests arrive.
Some people like hairdryers, somewhere to hang your clothes up, really.
It's time for the finishing touches at Joe and Alice's B&B.
The sticky labels have been up for quite a long time and none of it has really been done.